Once a powerhouse in junior athletics, competing with the likes of Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago and the Bahamas, it was time for this crop of Barbadian athletes to lay the foundation to return to where they belong, among the Big Four nations at Carifta. Since the Games started in their own backyard in 1972, Barbados has performed reasonably well, but in recent times, those who represented the island at the most prestigious junior track and field meet have been plagued with challenges, resources, lack of facilities, and let's not forget the COVID-19 pandemic. It's Easter Saturday, April 19th. The athletes and the coaching staff are making their way into the warm-up track at the Hazy Crawford Stadium, Wrightstone Extension Road, Port of Spain. It's the 7th time that Trinidad and Tobago are hosting these games, and this is the largest Barbados team to travel to Carifta, a squad of 53. The last time the games were held here was in 2003. Barbados captured 12 medals, 2 gold, 6 silver, and 4 bronze. Last year in Grenada was the island's lowest tally, capturing just 5 medals. But this mission was not about the medals alone, but about restoring national pride. So of course, any improved showing would be welcome. They have had 3 weeks since competing at the Powerade Dasani BSAT Championships, and the time has been spent on recovery and fine-tuning techniques. This is a quality Barbados team, mixed with experience and youth, with several of the island's most promising athletes here to improve and develop. However, based on reputation, much is expected of past Carifta medalists, Tion Haynes, Ashlyn Simmons, and Jaden Walker, along with quarter-miler Kadia Rock and promising sprinter Jaden Green.
This 2025 team for me is that team where we are planting seeds for future harvests. Anybody who has any idea about planting anything in the yard, it doesn't necessarily bear fruit the year that you plant it. It takes time, and I think this is a good beginning for Barbados's re-emergence with some sustained presence in at least junior athletics. Let's start somewhere.
Restoring a proud feeling in the sport of track and field in Barbados is bigger than any medal for these young athletes. And even off the track, Carifta is an opportunity for them to change the mindset of their peers and inspire future generations to come.
We as a society, we are having a lot of negative things happening involving the youth. And I think that the performances of Barbadian athletes here at Carifta Games, they're all under 20s, they're young people, should be highlighted. Performances that in themselves may not have captured a medal, because I'll tell you this, the medals are very difficult to capture at Carifta Games.
Across the length and breadth of Barbados, track and field fans, enthusiasts and critics are waiting to see how many medals this team will capture in the capital of Trinidad. Under this tent, the spirits are high, the athletes and coaches simply waiting for the games to begin. Some going through their paces ahead of their events with the same common goal in mind, to deliver good performances for the country. It's 8:55 a.m. Eager fans waiting to enter the stadium, and of course, Barbadians are in the crowd. Inside, Kiami Ray Offer and Shania Motley are the first 2 Barbadians to compete. The under-17 girls high jump was the opening event. This is Kiami's second Carifta, but for Shania, it's her debut. So a few nerves will be definitely on display, but one could hardly tell. Both Kiami and Shania are among the final 8 competitors, and the bar is now set at 1.71. Kiami has achieved a personal best, but will finish 6th. Shania was in medal contention, but she didn't know.
I actually told her, right now you are in 4th. I think she was tied for 3rd at that time, because I know I needed to let her know you out of these medals. And then the last attempt at 171, I saw the Shania that I knew was in her. But then unfortunately, the shoes were so all to the side, we had to try to tape them up, and she started to slip. So I knew at that point in time, 174 probably would have been a bit much for her, but I was extremely proud. And she had a tear or 2. I didn't let her see though, because when she was crying, I really wanted gold. And all I told Shania, if you're now ready to train hard, warm up properly, I can work with you and we'll get it next year. I definitely see Shania at the Olympic Games.
Shania was wrapped in the Barbados flag after gaining a new personal best and winning the first medal for Barbados. Still, there was a measure of disappointment. The St. Michael's School student wanted gold.
I'm feeling very tired, obviously, after the competition. I felt like I could do better, but that was a personal best for me. And this is my first Carifta Games, so I think I did very well. The conversation with my coaches were that I needed to hold the curve and that I needed to run properly. But in the end, I guess I tuned, and that's how I got the silver medal.
Also in competition was Chloe Blackman in the under-17 girls shot put event. It didn't go to plan. Blackman started with a foul when she stepped over the circle, but she recovered for a 5th place finish, putting the shot 12.08. On the track, Katie Rock, Zachary Wall and Terrell Johnson-Rouse also advanced to the finals of their 400-meter events. Aidan Moore unfortunately missed out after a 4th place finish in his heat. There was heartbreak for Kelia Bentham, who sustained an injury, and coach Jesse King was there to console her. The sprinters had it tough before the opening session ended. Darian Belgrave, Jakai Brewster, and Anaya Nurse, who won bronze in the under-17 girls 100-meter last year in Grenada, were all eliminated at the semi-final stage of the 100 meters.
The race was not my best. I think I got it really good, but I kind of faltered at the end.
What was the game plan going in?
My game plan was really to just execute my race, get hard, and try to go through towards the end.
How do you feel about your time?
I don't feel the best because I don't think I qualified, but overall it was okay.
The morning session was over, and Team Barbados was on the medal table. It is now 4:10 p.m. Spectators had already picked their spots in the stands for the evening session. Earlier in the day, Jason Branch of the medical staff was performing his magic on Zachary Wall, all in preparation for the under-17 boys 400-meter final. Wall was ready to stand tall.
Under 17 boys, 400 meters. Off they go. Egan Neely off brilliantly. His first 3 steps took him away from the Jamaican Dwayne Sharp. Down the back stretch they go. Sharp starts to respond down the back stretch. Jonathan Hicks, the second Bahamian in lane number 4, has run a very good first 200 as well. Sharp up Jamaica ranging up nicely in lane number 7. Neely on the outside. Oh, what a run coming from Brian's cut of Trinidad and Tobago on the inside. But it's Egan Neely up the Bahamas. Leads the Jamaican Dwayne Sharp. Scott is running the race of his life. Can he get bronze? Neely strikes gold. Silver goes to Dwayne Sharp. And it's the Barbadian Zachary Wall who closes off the medals with bronze.
Back at the hotel, his teammates enjoying a watch party and rejoicing.
I feel amazing. You know, the race didn't go as planned. I was far behind coming in last straight, but I had to go, so I went.
Tell us about that phenomenal final 100 meter.
Well, I didn't get out fast, so I had a lot of legs coming on here last straight. So, yeah.
At any stage you thought that you were out of it going up the back straight when you were virtually at the bottom of the field?
No, please. I know it's coming off of the corner. I could tell that it was slowing down too much, so I know the face.
Where did that energy come from?
Can't tell you.
Who would you want to dedicate this medal to?
My family, my coach, and my friends. This is my first season competing without injury, so it means a lot to show that I wasn't a one-time thing in primary school.
It was a good start to the evening for Barbados, and it would continue. The journey for this young lady, Kadia, has been extremely tough. She moved away from Barbados. Her mom passed away in 2023, but yet, still, she remains solid as a rock. She had a personal best of 53.45 in the semi-final, and if that was any indication, Rock was definitely in line for a medal. The question was which one.
And it's Katie Rock of Barbados who lead them. And here comes again is Tiana Spring and Rock. Spring and Rock, the Jamaican is also in the mix. It's going to be Tiana Springer, but Katie Rock of Barbados will get there for silver.
There was silver lining for Katia, and oh how she wished mom could be there to see her biggest moment so far.
Well, the final was a bit tougher because my legs were just burning. In the prelims, I felt fine, but I mean, it was still a good race.
What does this really mean for you?
It means a lot to get a medal, to make my country proud, and to run a personal best.
Who do you dedicate this to, Katie?
To my mom. Yeah.
I know she was one of your biggest fans, and she's not here to see you and your moment of glory. What's emotion like?
I mean, it's tough, but I know that she's proud of me.
There were 3 more finals for Barbados. Terrell Johnson-Rouse in the under-20 boys 400 meter, Ashton Simmons in the under-20 girls 1500, and the mixed 4x400 meter relay event. Johnson-Rouse was 4th, Simmons 7th, and the relay team of Kieran Haynes, Ariel Archer, Shamari Greenwich-Lewis, and Daniel Skeet came 4th. Team Barbados ended with 3 medals after day 1. It's 8:30 a.m. on Easter Sunday. The Broken Trident is flying in the Barbados camp, and there are high expectations for Aaron Messiah and Tion Haynes, with the under-20 boys long jump being the first event on the day's schedule. As customary, Messiah and Haynes went through their warm-up routines and were in the zone before heading to the call room. The next time they will appear is on the runway. But little did we know the amount of drama that was about to unfold. Tion is heavily favored to win the competition, and he knows it. Everything is going to plan at this point. He was leading with a leap of 7.35 meters on his first attempt. Aaron, on the other hand, was finding it hard to cope and get his game plan right. He was eliminated after the opening round. In between competitions, the girls' heptathlon event began with the 100-meter hurdles. Naima Taylor was 4th in her heat, but teammate Tia Applewhite sustained an injury in the pre-event warm-up and was not able to compete. Back to the sandpit, Tion Haynes is ready for his 4th attempt, and this is where an unfortunate incident happened. He injured his right knee and was given permission to leave the jumping area accompanied by an official for medical treatment. During that time, Jamaican Michael Andre Edwards took the lead with a leap of 7.41 meters, and Bahamian William McKenney with 7.39. Haynes is now in the bronze medal position. When Haynes returned, he was only allowed 1 more jump instead of 2. Officials ruled him as missing the 5th attempt. Coach Jesse King here leading the objection. I decided to go a bit closer to hear the conversation between King and the officials, and you can trust me on this one. Team Barbados was not happy with the decision, but Tion was allowed to complete a 6th jump under protest after the competition had already ended. Faced with adversity, Tion had a lion-hearted mentality, and there was irony. As fate would have it, this jump under protest would be gold medal distance of 7.55 meters, pending a successful protest.
Last time I was here at Hazel Crawford Stadium was Commonwealth Games when I came third. So to come back and come third again would be, I don't really like it, but as I said, I'm proud of myself and I'm thankful. So if I am to get gold, I'll be very appreciative of that. But even if it is bronze and I don't really protest, then it's okay.
Tion, obviously we do await the official confirmation of the result, but how special is this one?
Oh.
Given that is your final Carifta.
As I say, to come first and this being my last Carifta, I would love that. Because it won't be a second chance, so I would really love that today.
Yeah, who would you dedicate the victory to?
Everybody who concerns me, everybody, like my family, my coaches, that in the stands they're stressing, oh no, trying to get this protest, man. But my family, my club back home, everybody that's wearing blue, yellow, and black.
The gold medal just wasn't to be. Barbados lost the protest, and Tion had to settle for bronze, just like last year in Grenada. Later that night, he addressed each member of the Barbados media who traveled to cover the games. Going back to during the day, there were no medals for Barbados in the under-17 girls discus. Chloe Blackman was 5th with 33 meters, and Tazaria Joseph 9 with 27.83. Crystal Bentham, Kelia's younger sister, got her first taste of Carifta. She was 4th in the under-17 girls 200-meter semi-final, clocking 25.05, the 9th fastest time. In the boys' equivalent, Jakai Brewster did not advance to the final, but Darion Belgrave won his heat in a personal best time of 21.90. Anaya Nurse returned in the under-20 girls 200-meter, but again, she did not progress to the final. But Jaden Green, Barbados' fastest schoolboy, has signaled his intention to do what no Barbadian had done in 10 years, and that was to win gold in the under-20 boys 200-meter. He ran 21.07 seconds in his semi-final and eased up before crossing the line. It was something for Barbadians to get excited about. He was heading into the final with the fastest time. At the end of the morning session on day number 2 of the 2025 Carifta Games here at the Hainsey Crawford Stadium, just behind me in Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados' medal tally stood at 4, with Tion Haynes winning bronze in the under-20 boys long jump event. The time is 5:30 p.m. It is the evening session on day 2. The highly anticipated sprint relays will headline the proceedings, and Barbados is in the final of 4 of the baton races. But before those events, Shanicia Bryan in the under-17 girls 800-meter secured her place in the final, running a time of 2 minutes 21.52. Bryan won bronze 2 years ago in the Bahamas and is now looking to add a second medal to her tally. The other Aaron on the Barbados team is Aaron Morris. It is his second Carifta, and after getting his feet wet last year, a medal in 2025 would mean the world to him. He qualifies for the under-20 boys 800-meter final after finishing second in the semi-final contest, which had plenty of jostling and pushing. In the field, optimism filled the air, as Barbados had 2 competitors in the under-17 boys shot put, 2024 silver medalist Jaden Walcott and first-timer Kamal Armstrong. Walcott is the BSAT champion and record holder. He's expected to do well. His father, Charles, a former national athlete himself, has his mobile phone and is positioned to capture the moment.
Jaden is very disciplined, committed to competing in field events, in particular shot put. Yes, he does both shot put and discus. But his main event is really shot put, and that's where his main focus is. And his objective is to make it to the highest level. I'm not his coach, but as a parent, my support mechanism to him is to help him through it. I know I have ideas and so on, but a lot of that is discussed with his coach and maybe share with him, but I leave it all to the coach. Ramon Armstrong from Elite Distance has done a fantastic job with Jaden.
Jaden started the competition slowly, 14.13, 16.27, and 16.57, before the leading putt of 17.42 meters put him firmly in the lead with just 2 attempts to go. There's a feeling around the stadium that this might be the moment Barbados win their first gold of the games. Jaden fouled on his 5th attempt, and Jamaica's Kamari Kennedy went ahead of him, producing a new Carifta record of 18.90 meters. There was no answer to that. Jaden took the silver, following in his father's footsteps.
Seeing him out there competing in the competition was really an emotional moment for me, for many reasons. One, to see him return to the Paralympic Games and repeat as a silver medalist. And also this environment, I would have broken the national record for Barbados 23 years ago in the same space. So I competed quite a bit in Trinidad. It was always a very good experience. So the emotional effect yesterday was to see him get out here and do well and represent Barbados. And I sort of reminisce back in the day as well. He's moving through his progression as a junior, so I'm sure his coach will want him to enjoy the journey as a junior. When he becomes a senior, there's no doubt in my mind that he will become an Olympian and challenge the top best in the world for a medal. But that's the journey. Right now, there's no pressure.
For Jaden, this performance is another building block towards the future.
It was a really good learning experience, you know. Yesterday got the same silver again from last year, but it was really happy that because they competed fiercely and didn't really back down from the challenge. Even was able to produce a better mark to get a goal, but still really happy with it, you know. Some people believe that we as Barbados, you know, are the bottom half of the tier in terms of competitiveness in the games. So just changing that that narrative. That's what we really learned from these games.
What was the mindset for you?
Go to win, man. Every time you step in a competition, my aim is to win.
Armstrong was sixth with a best effort of 13.83. Nathan King and Jules O'Gara were fourth and fifth respectively in the under-20 boys high jump after both cleared 1.90. Shayla Clark and Kaisha Husbands found the going tough in the under-20 girls long jump, finishing 11th and 18th overall with leaps of 5.31 and 4.83 meters respectively. On the track, Jacoby Brown-Smith was fifth in the under-17 boys 400-meter hurdles in 54.79 seconds, while Rashad Gibson ran a personal best 53.81 for sixth in the under-20 boys 400-meter hurdles. Lachelle Wilkinson, the 15-year-old distance athlete, was determined but could not reach the podium despite a valiant effort. She was fourth in 10 minutes 36.78. Her teammate Isis Gaskin was also out of the medals. The 4x1 relays ended day 2. Barbados were fifth in the under-17 girls, 47.49 seconds, fourth in the under-17 boys, 41.68, and fourth in the under-20 girls, 45.22. But the under-20 boys team of Mackay King, Jaden Green, Kevion Newton, and Tion Haynes won bronze in 40.43.
Barbados running brilliantly. Ethan Sam bringing Grenada back into a medal position. But it's Jamaica with Tyrese Foreman. Woodruff is coming forward. Woodruff finishing like a train, but Foreman holds on. 39.28 is the flash time.
At the end of day 2, Barbados had already surpassed last year's tally with 6 medals.
Medal.
What I've seen from my athletes is that they are hungry, they are willing, they are determined, they are focused, they are about representing our island well. I'm very proud of this team, you know. I really want to say that as quietly as I can, because I have seen in the 3 weeks the turning of the tide where we are becoming a little more confident in our abilities. The hard work, we're seeing it pay off. We are seeing the difference in how they carry themselves. The general body language has improved. And yeah, we good. We feel good about who we are.
It's the final day of competition at the 2025 Carifta Games, and it promises to be an action-packed finale. Sprint hurdler Maya Rollins arrived in Trinidad the night before after 3 flights from the U.S. state of Virginia. She hardly had any rest, but as an NCAA athlete, she's used to the quick turnaround. Rollins and team captain Alika Herwood are preparing for the semi-finals of the under-20 girls 100-meter hurdles. On the other hand, Ebony Braffett is relaxing. This is her pre-competition javelin routine, sitting, strolling through her social media. Alika was the first on the track in the morning session. She was fourth in 14.29 seconds and qualified for the finals as one of the fastest non-automatic qualifiers. Maya advanced second in her heat in 13.87 seconds. Both Barbadians are into the final. Traditionally, the final day of Carifta is when Team Barbados normally enjoy their best performances. And Ebony, a young female who also plays cricket for Barbados and hails from Eden Lodge, St. Michael, led the way with a personal best throw of 39.16 on her third attempt to win bronze. She shares a moment with coach Ramon Armstrong.
Ebony shows that she is a competitor. She started with 35, climbed to 37, and then to 39 to seal the bronze medal performance. It was a very good competition. The competition started with some really good throws from the other girls, and Ebony responded well and put herself in medal contention. It's a good feeling when athletes come out here and they really compete, perform. She PB, and that's a great feeling.
My plan was to go out there and PB and then let the rest just fall into place.
All right, and as far as how the competition was going from round to round?
From the first bit, I was a bit nervous, then I just put my fears aside and just persevere.
How was the conditions? Were you affected by the rain or anything like that?
No, I wasn't affected at all, no.
Tell us about what the coach told you during the competition, Mr. Ramon Armstrong.
Well, he told me to stay upright and just follow through and put my power into it.
Tell us about balancing cricket and the javelin.
To me, it just feels natural because, throwing a ball from the boundary is like, throwing the javelin. So it just comes natural to me.
How special is this for you, winning this bronze medal, and who do you want to dedicate it to?
I want to dedicate it to my parents, my mom, my dad, and my coach, Edgel, Kimar Edgel, and Ramon Armstrong.
Further in the field, Nyla Brown and Zakaya Hunt were battling in the under-20 girls high jump. Brown finished fourth after a personal best clearance of 1.70 meters and only missed out on bronze by virtue of more knockdowns than Jakelia Morton of British Virgin Islands. Hunt was fifth, sailing over the bar at 1.65, but could not get over 1.70. In the under-17 boys long jump, Jazir Best settled for fifth with a best lead of 6.72 meters, and both the under-20 and under-17 boys 4x400 meter relay teams advanced to the finals. At the end of the session, Barbados now had 7 medals.
Under 20 girls 100 hurdles final. Off they go. Marshall responded to the gun quickly. Davidson inches ahead. Rollins left back for Barbados. It's Tiana Marshall ahead of Davidson. Rollins is rallying and might have gotten silver for Barbados. But it's Tiana Marshall. Her long wait for a Carifta individual medal turns into gold in Port of Spain, and that was never close. 13.50. Maya Rollins of Barbados had so many issues during that race, but somehow she was able to hold her composure, and I think she snatched the silver medal. Although we're awaiting confirmation. Yes, she did get the silver medal, 13.80 for the Barbadian.
Maya, the daughter of former Barbadian Olympian Fabian Rollins, was all smiles. She had delivered a special performance.
It truly means the world. Coming from somewhere like not living in Barbados is already a big thing. Coming and joining the team, I don't know too many people on it, but they've always been so welcoming. So just them already showing how loving the Barbados community is already makes me want to represent them, even though I already do. And then coming here and following my dad's legacy and then earning a medal myself, it is so, so special. As I was talking to someone earlier, this is what I want to do. And coming here and getting to do what I love so much all the time, it is truly, truly so special. And then I guess a medal is kind of pretty sometimes. This definitely represents all my hard work over the last couple of years. I had to sit out almost 2 full years due to injuries. And so getting to come back so quickly after those big injuries and competing at these high-level meets and seeing all these coaches trust me and trust my talent and skill, it means more than anything.
The under-17 girls 800-meter final was the next event on the track. Shanicia Bryant was 7th. In the under-20 girls event, past Carifta champion Ashlyn Simmons was 4th and Daniel Skeet came 6th. The next race was the under-20 boys 800-meter final. Aaron Morris was hunting his first Carifta medal, and he got it.
It was a tough race, but I managed to fight and hold my own. It wasn't as much fight in the prelims as it was in this race here, but it was still a little tumbling, but ran good. How special is this moment, especially to see your family members, one of your school teachers, Miss Tiffany Wiggins is here. Yes, this moment is very, 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 very special. It's a moment I've dreamt of, to make a podium finish at Carifta, no matter the event.
The under-17 boys 200-meter final was next. Darian Belgrave was Barbados' medal hope, and he won bronze in 21.68.
It was a bad race for me at the start, but the start was actually bad. I didn't get out properly. I had to work the curve even more and had to work the straight even more.
A new personal best, nevertheless.
Yes, please. It feels really great to be a bronze medalist and to have a new PB at the same time, especially at this level, but I plan to do many more.
It was now 6:25 p.m. Barbados has 10 medals made up of silver and bronze, but they were still searching for a gold medal in Port of Spain. The highly anticipated under-20 boys 200-meter final is around the corner. It is a decade since a Barbadian won gold in this event with Mario Burke. The Jamaicans are favored yet again.
The under-20 boys 200 final sent on their way. Junior Gallimore of Jamaica has gone out well. Jaden Green of Barbados is running brilliantly. Foreman of Jamaica also going well. Green coming forward for Barbados. Foreman of Jamaica is on the outside. Green and Foreman. Oh, it's so close. It is so close. I think the Barbadian maybe. He's running away in celebration. He thinks he's won it. I think the Barbadian got it. But I've been wrong before. They embrace. Yes, he did get it. 20.93. Jaden Green is the Carifta under-20 boys champion.
It's a dream come through for Jaden Green. He joins an elite list of Barbadians, including Burr and Olympic bronze medalist Obadiah Thompson, who won Carifta gold at 200 meters.
I know that I could have done it, and I just had to put it out there.
How special is this moment for you?
It was really good for the whole season. I was dreaming about this moment. I could finally make it a reality. It's very, very good.
How does it feel to have so many Barbadians here in the stands, elated?
It's very good. It helped push me to run harder, knowing that I have Barbados behind my back. I know just to come to do a job.
You held a sign after you crossed the line. It said, "Rest in peace, Auntie Shirley." That's correct?
Yeah.
Tell us about that relationship.
Yeah, one of my favorite aunts. You know, she passed away. She would be really proud of me right now. I know that I did a job well done for her.
His aunt Romalda Duglin, dad Samuel, and mom Nicole Green were in the stands supporting the spiritual warrior.
When I saw him come off the turn, I don't know, it's like he runs a really good turn. So when I saw it, I knew that, you know, God will fulfill his promises, yes, to us. And I saw it and I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. But where I'm sitting, I could not see exactly the position after they crossed the line. Yeah, but then when I saw it came out, I just give praises to God.
Earlier that day, Nicole gave Jaden a message sent from heaven.
Then I kept saying, Lord, what scripture should I send him, you know? And I decided to go to 1 Samuel 17 because I thought about David, right? And when David fought Goliath. And similarly, it's a competition and you want to win, right? You want to win. So I sent him the scripture, 1 Samuel 17, from verses 45 to 47. It was 3 verses. And when I sent him, the part that stuck out with me was verse 47 that says, all those gathered here will know that it is not by sword or spear that the Lord saves, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give all of you into our hands, right? So when he saw it, he said, Mom, all of that? I said, but, you know, I said, yes, please. I said, so you can understand how easy it was for David to win because he trusted God, right? And then Jaden said to me, oh, okay, no problem. It makes sense. So, you know, I just tell him, you're going to be good. And that was it.
And there was one more individual medal for Barbados, when Luke McIntyre won bronze in the open boys 5,000 meter, while Finn Armstrong finished 4th.
Overall, I'm very happy with my performance because the way the race was turning out, things weren't looking good for me as somebody who doesn't run with a kick. Personally, I was looking for somebody to push competitive pace and slowly shake the field. And when I saw that wasn't happening, I had to make my mind up that I was going to kick. And I decided at 500 meters, that was the right time to do it. I had a feeling I was going to get caught, but I'm glad I was able to maintain the 3rd place position, especially because of the conditions of the race.
It wasn't without drama. Luke was disqualified initially, but after a protest, he was reinstated. Mom Bridget and Dad Garth stood in the crowd watching and cheering on.
I was overjoyed, and then when he got DQ'd, I was crushed. So when it got restored, I was very grateful because I know how hard Luke has worked. It's not just talent. Luke works extremely hard to do as well as he does. And I know he wanted to walk away with a medal, and I'm so happy that he did.
When I heard about the DQ, I know she was going to be crushed.
Yes.
But as I was just telling the managers, I said, I know they're going to have this. I couldn't think of what it was. I watched your whole race. I didn't see anything, any foul play, and it's not really in his character. But I'm really glad he got reinstated. He would have been a bit devastated if he didn't get it. But I know this has fueled the passion.
Yes.
He's going to go in front next year, and he can lead from in front. There's no doubt about this.
Yes.
All right.
You
Coming back with a vengeance.
You guys had a conversation with Luke before this race. What did you tell him if there was anything?
Luke doesn't talk to us before a race. I get like a heart emoji when I send good luck, best of wishes, I love you. I get like a heart emoji. At most, I get the throbbing heart emoji, but that was his race. That was nothing to do with us. He told us what he wanted to do from before.
This is Luke's 3rd Carifta. The first 2 years, I was probably a little bit more involved with the plan, the game strategy, and so on. But this year, he had his own strategy. He told me what it was. It sounded great to me. And I was just watching to see how it unfolded. So yeah, he's developing.
Barbados picked up 2 more medals on the night. Zachary Wall, Aidan Moore, Jacoby Brown-Smith, and Jakai Brewster won bronze in the under-17 boys 4x400 meter relay, while the under-20 girls quartet of Anaya Nurse, Ashlyn Simmons, Katia Raw, and Aria Archer produced a new junior national record of 3 minutes 39.36 to win silver. Team Barbados ended the 52nd edition of the Carifta Games with 14 medals.
I think that the team did extremely well. From the beginning, we were preaching one thing, and I think that the performances of the under-20 girls, I think, in the relays for me are kind of standouts in terms of what we were looking forward to achieve. I think that the athletes gave us their best under these conditions, and we should all in all be proud of what they've been able to achieve. I'm really happy with this team. I'm really trying to not be too emotional about it because there's a team that last year we had performances that gave us 5, in 2 days we had 5 already, and I would think better quality 5 as well. So these athletes will need the continued motivation and support. It's okay to say that you come to Carifta Games to support
but what have you done in the process to get us here? It takes a lot of work to get us to Carifta games, and what I want Barbadians to understand is that the value of a medal in 2025 is not the same value last year or the year before. You know, if you go through the results, I'm sure that these performances here tonight would have won you medals last year.
Barbados finished 9th on a gold medal count, but were 4th overall with 14. This doesn't tell the full story of performances by Team Barbados. 8 individual athletes and 4 relay teams finished 4th. So with a change of fortunes, the final tally could have been more than 14. Nevertheless, this has been an improved performance, and the future of track and field in Barbados looks extremely bright. They've worked hard this season and definitely deserve to party.